Pawtocol is using the power of blockchain technology to create better lives for pets and pet owners all over the world. And with me is Karim Quazzani, the founder of Pawtocol, and CEO Colin Jordan. So welcome, and Karim, great to meet you in person.
Definitely.
Talking on Zoom for a couple of years now. So tell me a little bit about, bring me up to date on the company. I understand you have a big announcement to make as well.
Absolutely. First of all, we're very excited to be here, especially you're in the studio finally. And the biggest announcement we have that I'm very excited about is having Colin Jordan on board as a CEO. With his background coming from Silicon Valley and his skill set that can actually take Pawtocol to a whole new level that gives us the entire, pretty much all the excitement that we need.
Yeah. Well, Colin, welcome. Congratulations on the CEO post. And just tell me a little bit about you. What's your background? What brings you to Pawtocol?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Silicon Valley. Always had a passion kind of for the intersection of business and technology. I started out my career actually, after I graduated the University of Arizona. Went back to Silicon Valley and was working for Series A and B startups, really helping them launch, go-to-market strategy, PR, things like that. And that kind of got me into my next role, which was my most previous one before Pawtocol, working with Ignite, which is a company. I was one of the first 100 employees, and we were doing maybe 10 to 12 million in revenue, and now they're prime. They just announced they did over 150 million in revenue last year and prime for an IPO. So really excited. Again, just love tech, and that kind of brought me, I had some mutual connections who were interested in my services. So met the guys at Pawtocol, and now we're here.
And you've done actually quite a bit in the past few months. So bring me up to date on the business side.
Yeah, so right when I got in, these guys were already working on a deal, and we were acquired by New Wave Holdings. So now we're a wholly owned subsidiary of New Wave and publicly traded on the Canadian Stock Exchange, which is awesome. Obviously that came with some investment. So we got about $3.4 million Canadian that we are now kind of using to scale and grow the business, which is awesome.
So what specifically do you plan to do to grow Pawtocol?
We're spending a lot of money right now on building up the team, growing. We just tripled our engineering count as far as building out the platform and whatnot. The product offerings that we're going to have coming, really excited about that. The first one will be an NFT marketplace. So it's actually going to give, which I think is awesome, we're going to give pet owners the opportunity to go ahead and NFT their own pet. So it's going to give you a chance to bring your pet into the metaverse, right? And so now, I have a persona, but I also want, my dog Debo to be there with me, right? He could walk around, hang out, right?
Okay. Well, I saw on the website that you're offering NFTs, and I couldn't quite envision exactly how that worked, but now it makes sense. So, okay.
Yeah, and what's awesome is, so then kind of, dovetailing on that, like, there's an ability to bring your dog into the metaverse, but then we're connecting the digital and the physical world. So we also have a blockchain pet tag, right? So when I register, and I'll keep using my dog Debo as an example, but when I register him and I create an NFT for him, right, he kind of has this digital world now, but the things that he does in the physical world, right, things that I can monetize on are going to have an impact on that. So I use the example, when we take Debo to the vet or I take him to the store, that tag now, I can log everything that he's doing and put that information lives on the blockchain. I own that data and I own that information that I can now use to receive rewards or whatever that looks like. UPI is the token that we have as a part of our platform. I can be rewarded with UPI, which then can be used for food, toys, treats, etc. So whole ecosystem and economy really being built around your pet.
And the tag, the pet tag has a QR code on it, right?
Yes.
So, and that gives you the information like their medical history. I guess if they get lost, somebody could find out all kinds of information about them through the QR code?
Absolutely. So again, part of the investment that we're doing is in a continued expansion of those products, but you mentioned some of the great first use cases, right? So the ability for me, again, to own the data and own what's happening. If my pet gets lost, I can in real time change that information on his tag to say, hey, alert, this pet is lost, please return, and create a bounty program. Hey, I can give you 500 UPI or whatnot to go ahead and ensure or increase the chances of my dog being returned to me.
Yeah,
right?
And there's also an artificial intelligence element too that collects data that maybe could help with.
Yeah, so the idea again, like if we're seeing that there's a trend in a certain breed or a certain area and whatnot in terms of a health, something going on, right? So in a given area, if you're seeing a vet and all of a sudden they're seeing a ton of problems with heartworm or something like that. And again, the reason that blockchain becomes so important is it's not a happenstance or someone's opinion. These are facts. It's traceable, and it's something that everybody, the continuity of it across that kind of you know, whether it's geographical or a breed or whatnot, is consistent and there's high integrity of the data.
Yeah, and then you also have some high profile people supporting you or kind of like advisors. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we're really excited. I can officially share. So we just brought on Jordon Belfort, obviously, who's, you know, the original Wolf of Wall Street. And, you know, he's an incredibly smart guy, really innovative thinker. And we're excited to have him on board because, you know, he has a thirst for knowledge, right? And he's always at the cutting edge of, you know, whether it's technology, business, et cetera. So it's really interesting to have him, and obviously he's going to help us with marketing, sales, things like that. Bring on other people that are, you know, dog lovers and are going to want to be part of the platform with us. So that's really exciting, and we'll look to add more, obviously, you know, as we bring in more people, more investment.
The most important part, he's an animal lover, huge animal lover.
Right. So yeah. So
we got connected right there. Like,
I would think that would have to be a
we love animals. We love animals.
Right?
Let's do it.
Yes, yeah. That's pretty much. I mean, the other thing to be said there is most of the people that we're coming in with, you know, they're all kind of common thread is that pets are like our, you know, dogs, a man's best friend, but we want to start treating them like it, right? The idea is we invest so much in ourselves and our own health and technology and this. If they really are our best friends, we want to invest in them too, right? And so that's what I think Pawtocol is going to allow people to do. And then even furthermore, which is awesome, is it's going to create value back for us as owners.
Well, and the blockchain technology seems to fit this application very well. So, well, thank you for coming and congratulations on all your success. You've been very busy the past few months.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.